Live.
Hello.
If you're watching on the replay, this is a test of the signal, and we are also doing a little checkup on the antique space.
Yes, this is Twin Lakes Antique Mall in Gilbertsville, Kentucky, and I've got space number 107, which is a big double space.
Hidden back there somewhere. There it is.
Yes, I am in the very, very farthest back aisle, which is great because by the time people get here, if they see something, they're going to take it because they don't want to walk all the way back here again. And I've got some linens in here. We're not far from the Quilt Museum, and linens do really well, but I'm terrible at folding, so...
This is not folding.
Sort of tossing. We'll try that again in a moment.
Tossing.
Yes, a few things coming in today. I haven't been shopping a lot because I've been on vacation, but this is Mexican, and I assume Tonala, and we can't tell
Put
who
a
made
bird
it
on it.
because it's got a big felt pad from 1970 that somebody stuck on there, and I could take it off,
Mexico.
but it would leave a mess. But it's Mexican, and it's a great size and a good color, and I got it for almost nothing at a thrift store, the museum thrift store in the town where I am.
Testing. Book Bewitched.
Oh, hi there. Good to see you.
And who else is on here? For some reason I can't get the...
Let's see, I guess Bird's gonna go here next to all this stuff. So-
Sammy.
Oh, Sammy, hey there. I think that Sammy has been here. I think she came when she was on her trip here. Let's see, that's not gonna do. I think we'll just leave those antlers.
Piggy? Oh no, it's
Yeah.
not a pig, it's an elephant.
This one's an elephant, yes. Yes,
Sammy
or a
said
pig with a
yes,
very long
she...
snout.
Oh, that's right, you came all the way from...
Arkansas.
Little Rock, or
That's right,
environs
yes.
thereof.
And so, you know, the funny thing is I didn't bring a lot and the space looks pretty full, but I had the best month I ever had last month. So that was really great. And I'm not sure exactly how much I did, but I know it was in the four figures somewhere. And with the mall space, that's what you need. You need to have some good months in the summertime. And so that was lots of fun. And it means that stuff's gone, but I had so much in here you can hardly tell.
Hi, Sharon. Hi, Larry.
Hey, Larry.
Oh, there's a widow.
I think I know who that is. So,
A Cadillac pig.
yes. Yes, that's right. That's DeForest of California. You know, I'm glad you spotted that. We really should just put pigs with pigs because I've got a few.
An
Pigs and
elephant.
elephants and fun animal things like that.
Zeno is your lucky charm. That's awfully nice of you.
Yes. It seems to me that, oh, Larry will probably recognize that. I think we'll just set that right here with the others. And oh, we sold something because there's some stuff on the floor, so that's a good sign. Like I said, there's just so much in here that I'm not sure what's gone, but somehow $2,000 worth of stuff sold out of here, so
Wow.
something left. Let's see.
Yes, George was motivated to come by and pick up the check.
Yes, yes, and get a few things out of the way because a lot of vacation has been spent catching up on things like taxes and appraisal work, which I like. Taxes not so much, and other such drudgery things like, well, just a whole lot of loose ends. So it feels good to be back doing this even for just a moment. And of course, this is the middle of their busy season here.
Oh, I bought the gold sewing basket with the brown poodle. Randall says hello
Oh, that's
from...
right. Sammy bought the poodle basket here.
Yeah, and Randall says hi from Boynton Beach.
Well, hello. I imagine you're a little Boynton Beach today. I hear it's very hot, but it is the middle of summer in Florida, so I guess that's to be expected.
Did this come from the estate?
Yes, it did actually. It's this glows beautifully under a black light. And do I have a price on it? Well, that might be why it's still here.
Well,
so-
what about that? Is that the price?
Oh yes, that's it. It just fell off. Tags don't always stick very well to custard glass. Anytime you have satin glass with that kind of a finish, they tend to not adhere very well, which is good in a way because you really shouldn't put the tape on the satin part of the finish anyway. The gum can get in the texture and it can be really, really difficult or close to impossible sometimes to get out. I had learned the hard way, so have a lot of other dealers. Okay.
Is the video pretty clear or pixelated?
Yeah, we'd like to know, because if we're able to film in here, then we might be able to do shelf sales or haul videos as we put stuff out, because sometimes I don't have time to record a haul video. So we definitely are trying to figure out where things work and where they don't. But so
Someone's
far, so
asking
good.
if you're going to be back in Utica.
I loved doing the show, and I will do it again. I'm actually going to do Allegan next weekend.
Looks good, thank you. Whoops, clear. That's good. Good to know.
So yeah, I will be in Allegan rather than Utica this time, because Utica falls in conflict with, I think, a Northwest show that I'm doing. So I have to just do what I can. I love doing the shows, and when I find a good one like Utica, I definitely am motivated to do it again. It's just there's only one of me, and things happen when they happen. You know, the show seasons are actually pretty short in a lot of places in the country, especially up north. You know, it lasts about 5 or 6 months, and everything kind of happens all at the same time.
Yes, Allegan.
Yes, it's near Grand Rapids. It's not far from the beach, and Saugatuck is a big beach destination in Michigan. Grand Rapids and Kalamazoo and Battle Creek, where I was born, are all right in that vicinity. And I will actually be doing some business right after the show in Battle Creek. So I had motivation to do that show in particular, because there's a bunch of, I still have some older family who live in that area. There we go. Look at the
Oh.
cow skull back up hung where it
I
belongs.
remember moving this thing in here.
Oh, it was a
Ooh.
beast. Yeah. It's a great cabinet with very, very deep drawers, but it's going to be specific for somebody who's doing industrial or has a shop.
Christy, I'm assuming you mean you live in Holland, Michigan.
Well, either
Or is
one
it
would be
Holland, the Netherlands?
great. That would be good too.
Hi, Teofane.
Hey, good to see you. There's...
I'm itching to shop the booth.
Yes, well.
Says Book Bewitched.
Well, you're welcome to.
Yeah, we don't really have time for that today. We are actually going to check out
An auction.
an auction that is nearby, and
Plainsman green mug.
gonna see how things are going at that one. I think that auction
Might have
fetches pretty retail level prices, but usually a few things slide through that are sort of out of character for the area.
Oh, speaking of character for the area, I want to show one thing really
Hi, Paula.
fast. So,
Where are you going? What are you showing?
So this stuff here is called tea leaf ironstone.
Looking
And it
at you.
is the kind of thing that was really popular, especially in the Midwest around the 1860s to about 1910 or 20. It's that copper luster, and it's when they first figured out how to do a little bit of decoration on plain whiteware. And it's
Is
something...
that a pattern in there?
That's a pattern
Okay.
in there, yes. This particular one is after 1891 because it's got the England back stamp, because they knew they were exporting a lot of this here. The reason I mention this is that it used to be really popular to collect about 30 or 40 years ago, like really before I was in the business. It went out of popularity. The prices have gotten really low. I got a whole big set from an old collector. And all of a sudden, in the past year, a bunch of new people are getting interested, and I sold a pile of it here last month. I think I sold it about $300 worth. So I thought I should show you that, because apparently somebody
And
is
there's
catching
still
on to it again.
still a pile down here.
There is still a pile, because they had a huge collection, but half of it literally
Oh,
sold.
is that the picture? Is it too?
The
huh?
picture is it too. It's not tea leaf because it's more just a copper luster band, but
Right.
it is ironstone. Ironstone was their attempt. It was like what you used in hotels or if you had kids, because it was durable. But it was the attempt to kind of look like porcelain but not be as expensive. So because of that, it's actually seeming like there's interest in that again. So you may find it really cheap, because there's a lot of old collections around, and people who used to collect that stuff all are under the impression that no one wants it now. But apparently they do.
We're in Kentucky. Taking us to the auction, maybe. We haven't tried to get a signal from that place, so we don't know.
Okay.
It could be very loud. That's another thing. We have filmed an auction before, and people either like that or don't because of the
I like it. I think it's
loud,
fun, but it can
loud
be,
yelling and
yes.
calling and bleep 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 bleep. You know that
The patter.
Porky Pig thing.
The patter, yes. Yes, the Porky Pig thing, I like that.
Yes,
I'll have to
this
use
was
that.
this was an item that we had on the
Yes,
main channel on one of the member early early video benefit
early
eBay
access.
listing
Yeah.
things for members, and then we found out that it had a little bit
It has one little
of a
hole
hole
up
or
at
something.
the top. And I think someone could mend it, but I am not a mender of such things. So I brought it here because there's a quilt museum. The National Quilt Museum is about 30 minutes away from here. And in September, I believe, or October, they have their semi-annual meet. And people haven't been able to do it for a few years. So if people are able to travel here, then they expect a big turnout. And someone will be able to do something with this that I can't, namely to fix it. I'm going to set it ever gently.
Yeah, the hole is really not anywhere of consequence.
It's not in the image. It's way up by the top where you pull it over your head.
Yeah, and the peacock is really nice on it.
And then here's the lid to the cookie jar.
What cookie jar?
The one I just set over here. Hello. That is marked McCoy, but it's actually a later one with a McCoy mark. So
What is that? Is that a chair?
it's supposed to be a rocking chair with 101 Dalmatians,
Looks like the dog is squished in the middle of it.
when you look at the bottom, the McCoy signature is not quite right. It sort of looks like McCoy, but if you looked at a real McCoy signature, you'd immediately know the difference. So these were done when cookie jars were very expensive in the 1980s and 90s. And so they are vintage now, but I just like to tell people, you know, pay a correct price for that because it's a neat piece, but it's not a 1950s era piece, which would sell for a lot more. And then this is a very pretty 1930s quilt that just came. I did not try to launder these because I have not had good luck.
You're not in our way. You can. Okay, you want to see too? Yeah.
So this is, but I just think this is a really pretty design.
Yeah, not the real McCoy.
Not the real
McCoy. What's your website?
Oh, this is YouTube. I do the Antique Nomad and the Antique Nomad Live. This is an attempt at live because we're new to that.
Antique Nomad.
The Antique Nomad, yeah.
He has a website. It's if you just go to the antiquenomad.com.
I like to go around and show where I do things and what we do and what people think is neat and talk about it.
You ever heard of the Crazy Lamp Lady?
Yes, she's a friend of mine
I watch
now.
her.
Oh, I love Crazy Lamp Lady. Yeah.
Antique Nomad. I'm gonna look at you.
Oh, that's great. Well, thank you. Yeah, no, she's really great and she's really sweet in person. She's just like she seems.
Yeah.
We'll tell her we saw one of her viewers.
Yes. Oh, well, that was really neat. It's funny, that's happening more and more. I have to say, it's really fun. I just run into people now who are like, oh, I've seen you, or oh, I hear what you're doing, and I know what you're doing because I watch YouTube, and who are you? And it's just really cool. When I started this channel and the main channel, it really was to try to get people to see this big, interesting, collegial community of people all across the world who are interested in these things and preservation and knowing more about them, and it's just really, it's so much fun. I've been doing it for years because I love it, and it's great to be able to share that with everybody. So,
This is in Gilbertsville.
Okay.
Where's the incredible Mexican restaurant in Madisonville?
Oh, I'd love to know.
I think are you talking about Nueve? Nueve? George groupies.
Yeah.
Crazy lamp lady groupies.
That's right.
Look at these. These are cute. Little
There's one
fishies.
more.
Ooh, slamming.
Yes, one more quilt.
What are these? Are these fish?
Yeah, they look like irons. I always thought those were very curious. I think they're Japanese. They're from the 1950s, but you know, I just want to like.
I am both.
Yes.
Yes, Sharon.
Whereas these are a little more obvious.
Right.
And very happy.
Yeah, he's having a drink.
Okay, I need to put tags on things. And
Yeah, George has to
I have a
stay somewhat focused here doing
yeah, I have a
the
bad habit of
tags.
not getting the price tags on, and they're very kind to me about it, but I know it's annoying to them, and it doesn't help sell things either, so let's make sure we get that. Okay, so the ruby bottle is right over there. That was a nice thing. That was I brought in a couple of viewer mail items that, in fact, I actually owe her a response because she had some things for me to look at, but a gal, she had gotten a hold of me because she was interested in dispossessing herself of it, and I just thought it was really neat, but I don't collect that sort of soda bottle. Okay, those are not going to work. So
Well, George is messing with this very interesting
approach to...
I'm going to show you all these tools. The guy behind George in the booth here, look at all these tools. He's very meticulous about cleaning them, oiling them. They're all in excellent shape, and he has a lot.
Yeah, and he does really well, as you can imagine.
Yeah, oh, and he also has some of these old oil cans and stuff. Look at all these axes. Lots of oil tins if you're into that sort of thing. And everything is in pretty good shape there. Lots of hammers. Boy, even more axes, double-sided here.
Yeah, he does just great, and it's nice because so many antique malls are very focused on just things that women want, and women are the majority of the market, and of course, you know, we want to make our ladies happy, but a lot of people do this when they're on vacation, they're shopping together as a couple, so having things that guys appreciate more, although I have to say one of my biggest tool collectors is a woman, but typically, you know...
There's a joke in
stuff,
there somewhere.
Well, I'm sure. She's actually great though, and she really knows her stuff. But anyway, I digress. The point is that, you know, there's different things for everybody in a place this big, and that's what makes it interesting. So it's really nice to be across from him because I do a little of both, and so it's kind of a nice fit between the two of us. Let's see, the pink and white quilt is down there.
Oh yeah, if it's been 10 years, it's not the book, it's not the one that we're talking about. They haven't been there that long.
Let's see, mini oiler. I just got to check these real quickly and make sure I've got tags on them. Here's the...
Who's Frank Fritz? Jay Goodwin says oil cans remind me of Frank Fritz or Tin Man.
Oh, okay, yes, like Wizard of Oz, of course.
Who's Frank Fritz?
Did he play the Tin Man in the Wizard
I don't know.
of Oz?
Was Frank Fritz the Tin Man?
I should know this, but I can't say that I honestly do. I think I did once, but, you know, honestly...
Mine.
It goes...
Pickers.
Oh, this piece already sold.
American Picker.
Oh, that Frank. Oh, yeah. Poor Frank. Yeah, I guess he's not going to be doing that anymore from what I understand. But he's just up in Iowa, and I mean... They've had a pretty good run with all that stuff. It certainly has changed the market a lot. It really did introduce to the notion that there were things for men and women both in this collecting business, which is great. And it's also driven the price of advertising signs through the roof, which is great if you have a bunch. Let's see. The duck is already priced. The oiler is already priced. I had a few prices that, okay, that's not here. Those sold elsewhere, and I think that's it.
Really?
I think that's it, yeah. Everything's really in order. I mean, the people who bought stuff didn't really thrash the place, which is great.
Yeah, sometimes you come back here and it's...
A piece of furniture is sold and there's a pile of stuff on the floor. They always call and tell you, but I'm not always in town when that happens, so they do their best. They're really, really kind about trying to keep things in order, but you can only do so much. We'll just put that there. It's very crowded. It's not exactly the ideal display that you would want to do if you were trying to display things as you had in a room, but I do try to at least group things so that people can see like with like or get ideas. I'm not as much of a decorator type of dealer just because I have found over the years, for me, I get so much merchandise and there are so many things that come through my hands that I really have to pile it in. And by piling it in a place like this where there's a lot of tourists and a lot of them buy small things because they're from Chicago, or we're right by Land Between the Lakes. So it's the biggest inland lake between Chicago and the Gulf of Mexico. So a lot of people from like 10 surrounding states come here on vacation, and they're not necessarily going to buy a big giant metal cabinet, but they might certainly buy a nice figurine or a cup and saucer or a Fitz and Floyd teapot. Salt and pepper shakers always do well. The linens do well. I mean, really, in this place, almost anything seems to be able to sell. And you never really know month to month. I mean, this will sell. Someone will walk in and just think that's the coolest old thing. So for me in this place, variety is what works. In other places, you know, if you're a more local market, then decorating might be more important, where you just have a few select objects or you put them together like you would have them at home. But here we just have to hope that people can kind of visualize that because, well, there's a lot in here. They're going to have to. So.
Can you get more lighting? It doesn't look dark to me. We do have lighting. We do have portable lighting. It actually looks pretty bright.
But if it's coming dark on that,
yeah, there's some filters and things you can do as well on here that sort of brighten it up. But it looks bright to me. It looks okay. But we do have some lighting. I just didn't bring it because this is sort of impromptu. So,
wow.
But yeah, there is a lot of, I mean, we've got, you know, fluorescent strips and that sort of thing.
That's the kind of check I like to see from an antique
yeah.
store.
Ding.
Yes, that is very nice.
George is happy.
Yes, I'm
He
happy.
dropped a pen.
Did I? Okay.
Mm-hmm. So
Alrighty.
I think we're going to say goodbye for now. We may try to go live from the auction. We're just going to see how that goes. So make sure that you are subscribed and you've got the bell notification clicked.
Yeah, all that good stuff.
All that good stuff. So if we think we can do it and it's not too crazy or whatever, we'll give it a try.
And we're going to play this back, and if it looks pretty good, then we will come back and try to go slower and let you shop the shelves with us sometime. I promise.
I hate an antique place that is boutique-like. Yes.
Yeah, it's...
No, you don't have to worry about that with him.
No.
So
it's a specific thing. I get it. It's just not my thing.
So, well, thanks for joining, guys, and maybe we'll see you here in a little bit at the auction.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.